The movie begins by depicting the future condition of Earth, a place not at all suitable for life. The environmental state is at its worst, and it seems that humanity may not be able to inhabit the Earth for much longer. In response to this crisis, scientists have constructed a space station where an environment resembling Earth has been attempted. However, this haven is not accessible to everyone. Only the wealthy will be able to reside here in the future. Next, we are introduced to a scientist named James, the mastermind behind the concept of the space station. During a press conference, James announces that his work is nearly complete, and soon humans will be able to live in their new homes in outer space, conditions far superior to those on Earth. A reporter then challenges James, pointing out that the space station is only for the affluent, while the rest of humanity will eventually perish on Earth. James responds by arguing that the Earth's condition is a result of human mismanagement and abuse of resources, a situation for which they must face the consequences. The scene shifts to space shuttles, where space sweepers are collecting waste. These workers are responsible for cleaning up debris generated by the space station. After completing their task, they begin to clean their containers and are shocked to discover a girl in a spacesuit, a sight that leaves them all astonished. Then, the space sweepers bring the girl inside and ask her name. Her name is Dorothy, and they soon discover that she is not a human, but an AI robot. Some time ago, a terrorist group had kidnapped Dorothy and fitted a dangerous bomb in her body. Upon learning this, the space sweepers begin to panic. They discover a satellite phone near Dorothy, check its call history, and decide to call the last person. There was only one number on the phone, which had been called many times. They call that number and negotiate with the man on the other end, agreeing to exchange Dorothy for $2 million. He agrees, making the three sweepers happy. At the same time, they observe Dorothy reviving a dead plant, indicating she possesses some superpowers. James, who has overheard their conversation, also desires Dorothy. When the three go to a club to hand over Dorothy, everyone panics upon hearing about her, as advanced technology reveals the bomb fitted inside her. The doctor had arrived with the $2 million, but before they could make the deal, James's people also reach the club. Kim, the leader of the space sweepers, manages to save them all and takes them away, but he is not happy with how things unfolded. He had wanted the deal to be done. Kim's other team members start to like Dorothy, but Kim stays distant. A robot that works with the space sweepers talks to Dorothy and tells her about Kim's past. He used to be a space guard, but during an operation, he met a girl. He feels guilty for her situation as her parents were killed, and he even decided to adopt her. Later, Kim finds out that his hearing has been damaged due to loud noise, and he starts to feel responsible for everything. That's why he left his job as a space guard. However, this decision leads to significant financial struggles for him. Now, one day when Kim and his daughter are in the market, money from the space station falls down, and in the ensuing chaos, his daughter is lost forever. Kim loves the girl dearly, and he's desperate to find her. He goes to the lost and found department, but they demand a significant amount of money to locate the child. He has only 3 years to pay. Otherwise, the girl will be thrown away with the ship's waste. That's why Kim needs money, and that's why he demanded payment from the doctor in exchange for Dorothy. Kim stays distant from Dorothy. Kim stays distant from Dorothy because he doesn't want to connect with anyone. Meanwhile, we are shown James, who still has the reporter that questioned him earlier. James reveals that a terrorist group killed his entire family when he was on Earth. He decided then that he would make Earth a better place and keep all control with himself. He didn't care about the condition of Earth and Mars, and the space station he built using Earth's resources is partly responsible for the planet's current state. A lot of resources were consumed in its construction. After revealing this, he kills the reporter. Soon, a man comes to capture Dorothy and takes her with him, but Kim and his companions rescue her. The man is actually a member of the terrorist group and reveals to them that Dorothy is not an artificial intelligence, but a human. Her father is a scientist who works on nanobiotics. When Dorothy was born, she had a disease that completely damaged her nervous system, leaving her unable to speak. Her father injected nanobiotics into her body, curing her completely. Along with the cure, Dorothy gained exceptional powers, enabling her to communicate with other nanobiotics, even those within trees. When James discovered her abilities, he utilized her help to turn Mars into a green planet. He could have done the same for Earth, but chose not to. The man who captured Dorothy explains that he is not part of any terrorist group. Instead, they were all environmentalists, and when they questioned James about why he didn't make Earth green, he turned against them. James manipulated the media to brand them as terrorists, and now he wants them dead. Once his mission on Mars is complete, he plans to destroy Earth entirely, as he harbors a hatred for humanity. He also intends to kill Dorothy. The only way to do so is to expose her to 200 degrees Celsius. For this purpose, James has constructed a factory on Mars filled with hydrogen bombs. He plans to place Dorothy amidst the bombs and detonate them, annihilating her along with the nanobots. The resulting destruction would cause the factory to plummet to Earth, killing approximately 3 million people. Now, James's forces arrive, intent on capturing Dorothy and killing her rescuers. However, with Dorothy's assistance, they all manage to escape and take her to her father. Dorothy's father is overjoyed to see her, but James soon arrives with his robot, killing everyone present except for Kim and his 3 companions. One of Kim's companions has a bomb hidden in his teeth, which he activates, but James is aware of this and defuses it. He then turns to Kim, offering the $2 million Kim needs to find his daughter in exchange for handing over Dorothy. Kim is desperate to find his daughter, and thus agrees to James's condition, handing over Dorothy to him. However, Kim's 3 companions refuse to take the money, recognizing the wrongness of the decision. They believe they must save Dorothy at any cost. Kim, meanwhile, goes to the lost and found department where he discovers some of his daughter's belongings, including a notebook. Inside, his daughter has written that her father is the best person in the world, always helping others and never doing wrong. She aspires to be like him one day. Overcome with emotion, Kim begins to cry. He returns to his companions, resolute in his determination to save Dorothy. Together, they make their way to the factory filled with hydrogen bombs, the same bombs that threatened to kill Dorothy and 3 million people on Earth. The bomb has been activated, and there's no way to deactivate it. The ensuing explosion will spread across a 5,000-kilometer radius, destroying all the nanobots. Once the nanobots are destroyed, those inside Dorothy's body will also be destroyed, causing her death. To save Dorothy and the Earth, they must move the factory 5,000 kilometers away. Before they can act, James's forces arrive. Kim's companions engage them in battle, successfully defeating them. The task of moving the factory is daunting, and Kim's companion, Jong, calls for help from other space sweepers, revealing the truth about James's deeds. In response, all the space sweepers converge on the location in their spaceships, destroying James's drones. They begin the process of moving the factory away, but as they approach the orbit, James arrives in his spaceship, hot on their trail. He soon realizes that Dorothy is not with them. In a critical moment, they send Dorothy away in the space sweeper's ship. They realize that the hydrogen bombs with them could explode at any time, leading to their deaths. As a result, they bid each other a final farewell, knowing that if there is a blast, James, who is in his spaceship behind them, will also be killed. Then, in the next moment, there is a massive explosion, causing James's death. Remarkably, from a distance, Dorothy uses her power to save the 4 space sweepers. Dorothy then travels to Earth using her power to restore all the greenery, and she succeeds. The Earth returns to its former state, free from pollution and global warming. Meanwhile, Kim, who has always been in search of his daughter, knows that she was actually killed in the same accident. His true desire was to recover her body so that he could say goodbye to her one last time. That's why he had been saving the money. With her extraordinary powers, Dorothy creates a reflection of Kim's daughter, allowing him to see her once more. The sight fills Kim with joy, and in that reflection, his daughter hugs him. He finally says goodbye to her. The movie concludes with this touching farewell.